Hello, I'm at GufFromTheHouse.com, and this is Jason Henderson from Burton Snowboards, and we are going to talk to you about the Burton BOA lineup for the season. Jason, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Yeah, we are at the Burton Minneapolis store in Uptown Minneapolis, and we have a couple boots on the table. This is a section of the Burton BOA collection. I wanted to talk about a couple of key features and key boots within the lineup: the Moto, the Ruler, and the Photon, which come in BOA options. What's going on with BOA? Why is it a thing within the Burton lineup, and what do you think?
Well, BOA is definitely the easiest system to use.
Right. You don't have to tie your laces.
Nope. You don't have extra laces, flopping around, things like that. It is the most intuitive, speed lace system out there.
Yeah.
So, with that, Burton does always kind of take things, a little bit different level. What's different about our BOAs is that we partner with New England Ropes, who makes like all of our Speed Zone cordage that we've had a relationship with for years, and we use New England Ropes instead of steel cables.
Right.
So benefit there is that it actually provides a much more natural flex, where the steel cables don't provide any flex.
Rigid.
Yeah, it doesn't fit around your foot as good, and it's really rigid, and it almost kind of pushes the tongue back into your foot uncomfortably. It just doesn't ride as good.
Right.
But with New England Ropes, we can get the same tensile strength as we do with steel cables. It just works a lot better. Flexes more naturally. It's not as hard on the rest of the boot.
Right.
So, lifetime warranty, just like Speed Zone or any of the other laces that we have, and BOA offers there. But a few different levels. We got the Moto BOA. That's our kind of like where our BOAs start. It does have the coiler. You kind of saw me. It does kind of reel itself back in.
Right.
So it's less twisting. It is a single zone BOA. So. Super lightweight boot, just kind of a good medium to soft flex, for that kind of recreational rider.
Right.
So.
Now, is this still Burton's #1 selling boot in the lineup?
Yeah, this is the #1 selling boot in the industry. Yeah.
In the industry.
Yep.
Huge. When it comes to this, a thermal heat moldable imprint 1 Plus
Yep.
line.
So any of the imprint liners are heat moldable, but there's different levels. We got 1, 2, 3.
3X.
Yeah, there's a 3X. Then we get into a lot of other stuff. But so the imprint 1 liner on this one, it does have it is fully heat moldable. The lacing is on the outside. There's a harness attached to the outside of the liner.
Right.
So it does have these panels here, which actually keeps the contour of the inside, the heel anchors and everything, keeps the shape of the boot on the inside. Adds a lot of rebound to the boot, so it does ride better longer.
Right, cool.
So,
right, and it features that.
Yeah, and we still give you a good footbed. So footbeds are very important. We don't chintz out on footbeds when it comes to our boots. And even at our price point, we've got something with some good arch support, some good heel support, ventilation, kind of through the bottom too, so you're getting some air to circulate through there. The more things you can get to circulate, the drier and warmer it will be. Right. So.
And now this is the same footbed that we find in this boot, the Ruler BOA too.
Yep. So then you go up to the Ruler BOA. You go to a double BOA here. Okay. So you have, instead of just one single zone, you have an upper and a lower zone. So you can really focus the fit on the bottom, then you can focus the fit on the top. So you can really get that super snug overall fit. Definitely much better than a single zone where, depending on the shape of your foot, the single zone might pinch you too much on the bottom, might not be tight enough on top. It's just having the dual zones, it really just wraps around your foot a lot better.
Right. What's interesting about the double BOA system, I guess, that I found myself falling into is that generally I like, with BOA boots, having the lower section loose and the upper section fairly tight. I like that with lace boots and Speed Zone too. When we rode Vail, I rode the step-on, did I ride the step-on Ruler?
That was a Photon.
The Photon, and that was a double BOA, and I did the exact opposite. I had the lower section tighter than I had the upper section, and I really liked that with that step-on combo that I was running. Had the step-on binding, and then of course the deep thinker wide, and that felt really good for that environment.
Yeah, so it really, and that's kind of the beauty of having two different zones.
Right.
I mean, I might like it tighter on top or loose on the bottom, or vice versa. It just, it really depends on the shape of your foot and how you like to ride. So,
Right.
and you don't get that with a single zone BOA. So,
Yeah, and this is actually one of my most favorite kind of all-around boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great,
Yeah.
and
it's I think it's one of the coolest looking boots in our line. But going up to this, going up from the Moto to the Ruler, you do get a stiffer boot. It's going to be more supportive, better edge control. You also get rubber in the sole. So anytime we use rubber, it's 50% reground rubber, just more eco-friendly. But with rubber, it's more durable. You get better traction. You go to the Imprint 2 liner. So so you go to Imprint 2. There's no lacing in the liner itself. It does go to a cuff that's on the inside of the shell.
Right.
So you get a little better fusion between the liner and the shell, but everything else is still heat moldable and everything on the inside.
Right. A little bit more supportive panels, or are they about the same?
They're about the same. It's just basically the lacing moves from the liner into the shell.
Got it. Cool. That's nice.
So then going up to another one of our best sellers, to the Photon. So again, double BOA here. Does have another little feature called lockdown tech, where you see these little panels here. You can see the lacing kind of snake through here. So when you crank these down, you start working the laces, it does snake through and it pinches in and gives you more heel hold on your Achilles tendon.
Yep.
So,
That's really nice.
so you're still dual zone, you get the upper and the lower, but this gives you a little bit more more lockdown in the heel.
Yeah, the pathway is a little bit more secure.
Yeah, and overall it is a stiffer boot than what the Ruler will be as well.
Cool.
You go to the Vibram Eco Step liner. So Vibram, this is the best. This is the deepest lug that Vibram will let us make. But traction in all directions,
really?
great for hiking in the backcountry, really durable. You go to the Imprint 3 liner.
Big step up.
So big step up here. Still again heat moldable. The inside, you do have this dry ride heat cycle. It's like a carbon-based material that actually pulls heat away from your foot when you don't need it. It kind of regulates, but it also gives you better heel hold.
Cool.
So works with the fibers of your socks.
Right.
It's got Aegis and all that, antimicrobial. It's just an overall nicer liner, and you step up in footbed yet.
Cool.
So that's kind of something that usually gets lost. It's when you're buying boots, it really helps to pull the liners out of every boot.
Right. Look at the liners.
There's a lot in the details that makes a huge difference. I mean, your boots are your most important part of your gear, and making sure that whatever you're standing on is important too, and that's where you get a better footbed here. So a little stiffer through the arch and the heel area. So when you have the pressure from the straps and things like that, your foot isn't collapsing. It's holding the natural contours of your foot, which that's where a lot of the cramping comes from.
Right. Your foot contorting in ways that isn't natural.
Yep, and then also the cuff is a little different when you go up to the Imprint 3 liner as well, in that it's not just a webbing cuff like what's on the Ruler level. You actually get a full cuff on the inside of the liner.
tough cuff?
Nope, that's on like Ion. That's a little stiffer yet.
Padded, right?
Yep, but this does have the capabilities of being able to put J-bars in there. So if you have a really narrow heel, the boot breaks in, you get a little heel slippage. Burton will send you little J-bars that you can Velcro in, put the liner in there, and it just narrows up that heel cup.
Right. Yeah. And in combination with that, really cinches it down. That's great.
And then also, one thing too for you guys out there that have wide feet, the Ruler and the Photon are available in wides.
Yeah. Is that a 3E? Is that how wide it is?
I think it's a triple E.
Okay, yeah, and that's a really great option for people with big feet, and definitely helps. But these are really well-rounded BOA boots, and we want to showcase the Moto, the Ruler, and the Photon. They all have thermal heat moldable liners, shrinkage footprint reduction technology that reduces the imprint on the snow. So this size 10 will have an imprint of the 9, and then that's just a well-rounded lineup of boots. So if you're kind of getting into it, you can probably jump on the Moto. If you want a well-rounded, awesome price point boot, Ruler is great. If you're hard charger.
And there's no such thing as like beginner boots, really.
Right.
I mean, it's if you can spend the most money on boots.
Right.
That's where that's where your money is best spent, is in boots.
Which boots do you ride?
I ride the Mine Collection Step-On.
Jake's specific collection Step-On.
So it's called the Strap-On.
The strap on.
Because it's got the ratcheting strap,
yeah,
that's been the one I've been on the past year.
That's pretty cool. It is nice to see the step-ons also introducing the Photon, and they have a ruler, right?
Yep.
And do those wide step-ons work within that system too?
We do have a wide for 2020. We do have a wide Photon step-on.
Got it.
So
cool. Well, you can have a lot of options with the BOA lacing option from Burton. They do it from their entire range, from kind of the entry price point into the exit price point. You can find a boot that's perfect for you. Jayson, thanks again for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out all the boots by selecting the links below in the description. Leave a comment or a question. Let us know what you think of BOA boots from Burton. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more videos there, and hopefully we'll see you guys on snow. Peace.